87. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. This train has 86 loaded cars of grain. 86 loaded cars of grain. Keep that number in mind. And you saw the power on the front of this train. Each one of those locomotives is about 6,000 horsepower. There's some helper units. That is a lot of train, a lot of weight, a lot of grain, and a lot of horsepower. There are some windmills. And that's where I'm going with this. It's not about the train, it's about the power. All right, right here at Jawbone Wash, which is right there where the tracks cross it, right up there is Jawbone Canyon Store along Highway 14, about 20 miles or so north of Mojave. But anyway, we are at this huge array of solar farms. There's one there, there's another one right there, there's another one right there, there's another one. You can see over there along that line of trees, it looks like a lake over there. That is an enormous solar farm. The trees there that curve around there and go back to the left, that is the Honda test facility on Nerelia Road. That is a big top secret place. It's a giant facility. Been there since the 90s, I think. But anyway, there is another solar array over there adjacent to this one. About a mile over there are two more, and those are pretty good size. About 2 miles that way, or I don't know, it's hard to tell the distances. There's another one. But anyway, huge solar arrays. Well, I'm at the Cameron Road crossing right now, and the reason I decided to stop here rather than continue this rant from the two other places I showed was that, well, for a few reasons. Number one, you can see the windmills in the background still. There are no solar arrays around here. Number two, you can see the railroad tracks. Number three, it's someplace where I know where it is and I'm not going to tear my car up getting there. And something else, I didn't stop here for this reason, but it dawned on me after we stopped. Since we've been sitting here, my wife and I, the Pacific Coast Trail, this Cameron Road's part of that Pacific Coast Trail, and it goes up the road, crosses the freeway up there at the Cameron overpass, and then continues on along Highway 58 down towards Cache Creek, and then up over the mountains towards Walker's Pass. And that's significant because most of the people who are going to hike the Pacific Coast Trail, we talked to a few of them, and most of them are doing long hikes. A couple of them are just doing day hikes. But I've seen many times up there vans and pickups and cars dropping hikers off at that part of the trailhead at Cameron. And a lot of those people are the ones that think that these alternative energies and green energies are the ones that are going to solve our problems. And they're not. They're not going to solve anything. They may help a little bit, but I really don't even know how much they're going to help. The railroad tracks are significant because we're never going to come up with any technology that involves renewable energy that's going to power a train or a diesel truck. Electric vehicles, like Teslas and those new pickups. I can't even know what they're called, Rivianas or something like that. Battery-powered pickups. Tesla's experimenting with battery-powered semis. Those are not really renewable energy vehicles. They have big, giant, heavy batteries that have a huge carbon footprint, just like the solar arrays and the wind parks. They are never going to have the range that fossil fuel vehicles have. You're not going to be able to pull a 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 ton train with any kind of clean energy. And if you electrify the railroad, well, that's fine, but you're still using fossil fuel to run that electricity. It is a vicious cycle. I realize that fossil fuels are going to be gone someday, and when they are, I just don't think we're going to have the technology to replace it with. Even if we decide to start building nuclear power plants again, not going to be able to use nuclear power to run trains and trucks. At some point, we're just going to be screwed. And that's one of the reasons I'm a huge proponent of space exploration and exploring the technologies of near light speed travel. That's something I'll do a rant on later. But as long as we stay here on Earth, there's going to come a point where we don't have any way to power most of the things that modern society and civilization has gotten us used to using. It's easy for the green weenies to believe that they'll be able to run the world with their trekking poles and foot power, but that's just not realistic. And so anyway, as you can see, got the big wind park behind me, and we're headed further out into the desert to check out some other things, and we're going to do it in a car, or a pickup anyway, that is powered by fossil fuels as we drive past the wind farms, solar farms, and any other supposedly renewable energy. Anyway, I know it probably seems like I'm beating a dead horse with this renewable energy. I've done plenty on wind and solar, and again, as I've said, I don't have a problem with it. I just don't think it's going to be the answer. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, let me know in the comments. See ya.